Hello and welcome to another video. So today I will be setting up my planners for the week of June the 22nd in my Erin Condren Teacher Life Planner or Lesson Planner, sorry, and my bullet journal with the help of my reading journal because this upcoming week is the Reading Rush Readathon where you try to read 7 books in 7 days, and that is going to take a lot of planning if I'm going to do that and also get as much done around the apartment as I need to, because the following week, Wednesday, we actually move, and so nothing's packed yet. That's all going to have to start. This is a big week with a ton of stuff, and I really wanted to be able to use all of my planners, and so I decided to try something different in my Erin Condren Teacher Planner because, as you can see here, I didn't use it last week at all. I'm going to go through and check off some stuff that I did actually do. I just didn't ever come in and look at this. But yeah, I set this off camera last week, and I mean, I did this stuff, but I didn't look at this, I don't think, even once this week. So yeah. And part of that will change once we move and I have a new desk, because right now, as it stands, my desk is half kitchen table, and this planner is actually too big to fit comfortably on my desk most of the time. When I haven't set my desk up particularly for filming, then I have my laptop up there because I like to look at videos and listen to music while doing my planning. And if I have my laptop on the desk, my Erin Condren planner doesn't also fit on the desk, and so I don't want to use it. It's also so big that if I'm sitting on the couch or something, I'm not going to bring it with me. So once I have my new desk, the kitchen table will remain 100% a kitchen table, and my desk will be moved into a room so far from the kitchen, I hope no kitchen things ever get near it. And when that happens, there will be room for this planner on my desk to sit out regularly and all the time and for me to look at it. But for right now, it's just hard, and that's why I haven't really been looking at this as much as I want to. And it's also the case that it's kind of been boring for me. Keeping to this color code has been boring because I know every week what's going to go where, and because the types of things I have to do right now are so much the same, there's not a lot of variation from day to day, then it's uninteresting for me to plan or for me to go back and look at my planner because it's just the same. I write the same stuff in the same colors in the same places every week. So I'm changing what I'm doing this week. I'm mixing it up. I'm abandoning the color code for now because it's also high maintenance to have this color code. I don't want to get out my markers. When I do happen to look at my planner, I want to just write in the pen that I have. I liked being able to see the color code. It was nice, it was clear, it was pretty, it was organized, but it was not sustainable because I was not willing to actually go in and make sure I had all my markers with me when I planned, and I've never done that. I thought I'd try it. It did not work. I'm not going to do that. No more color code. And so this is how I'm going to set up my planner for this week, and we are going to move into the time lapse. And we are now at the classic 3x speed. So another thing about this video is usually I change my setup to fit the whole Erin Condren Teacher Planner into the frame when it's vertical and not tilted like this, but I didn't want to do that. It's extra wobbly because I have to put the clamp for my cell phone stand on top of my washi tape drawers, and that's not very stable, and it's hard to do, and it's hard to get the right angle, and then my camera is above my head, so I have to frequently stand to check if I'm in frame, and that's all very hard when my ankle is still not the best. I did try walking on it just a little bit yesterday, a few feet, and standing on it when I was just not walking, when I brushed my teeth, I was trying to stand on my ankle. It definitely still aches, and in another world I would want to just wait longer, but I need to be able to do things, and My mom is worried that if I don't stretch or try to move it enough, it will be too stiff later. So I'm doing my best, but it's annoying. But that also means that it's hard to film in unconventional ways. The way I usually film is the easiest for me, and so I went back to that. Same with voiceover videos, not voiceover videos, like real-time voice videos, because they will be easier once I have my own workspace, which I will in the new apartment, but not now. And so I'm just going to continue doing voiceovers, and hopefully we'll get to a place where I can do a few more real-time videos more regularly, but right now they're just hard to do. So to set up my little sections for this week, I'm dividing them with this washi tape. It's the solid color cool color set from Muji. No, MT. The MT cool color washi tape set from Amazon. It was like $13 when I bought it, and it had Prime shipping. So there's also a cool or a bright tone set and the 7mm set that has all the colors, the cools and the brights. And yeah, it's actually pretty cool. I want to get all of them because I like the idea of having just solid washi tape, especially when layering like patterned washis. I get really tired of the Simply Gilded bows. Like, they don't look good layered with each other, I don't think, and they don't look good all the time. Sometimes I want a really simple washi tape and they're not simple enough. And if you want to layer stuff on top of them, it's kind of weird to cover parts of the bows. I don't know. It's weird. I want to bring in some other kinds of washi tape. And for the past year or so, my focus has been growing my SG bow collection. So I'm moving into trying to get a few different kinds of washi tapes. And I have a lot of Michaels washi tape, but in the randomest patterns, and so I want to be more deliberate as well about my other washi tapes, which is why I got this set. And so I just labeled them work, school, personal, and social media like I did last week. Also at the top I kept that as to go, places that I'm going to go, and the far left column is for just general things in each of those categories. I am categorizing what is essentially my this week section again. And at the top I have priorities for the week, and so there are two of them. I need to get my Father's Day card sent out, and I need to pack the apartment. Then I'm moving on to things I want to do Monday. I have to go to test the planetarium at 9 a.m. on Monday. It has been broken for like 4 months, and I'm about to leave the area, and I'm the only student right now that knows how to run the planetarium well. And so I need to train people, and we need to fix it, because otherwise it's going to be harder because people are less certain of how to run the planetarium. I have been working it for 2 years, which like isn't a ton of time, but it is the longest of anyone currently on campus, and I have spent the most time with the projector. And I've done the most shows, so I know like the things that the planetarium has to be able to do for us to run the kinds of shows that we do. And yeah, so it's important that I'm there to test if at all possible, and they have finally gotten to a place where they think we might be almost ready to have the problem solved. There were a lot of power supply issues, and the computer was old and had to be updated, and it's just been a mess. When I picked these 4 colors of washi tape, I actually did that pretty randomly. I just wanted colors that I liked, and so I knew I wanted to use the charcoal and the magenta color. And then the green was just a third color that I thought wouldn't look too weird with these colors. They aren't seasonal, and they aren't themed in any particular way. They were colors that I thought looked pretty. So I'm setting up the tape on the other side because I needed to start, like, I plan my week sporadically. Like, I start on one side of the week, but there are certain tasks that I want to divvy out across the week, which means I can't go day by day. I have to go across. And so I'm putting down my videos that I plan to upload when I plan to upload them. And there are a lot this week. There are just a lot of things that I want to do. I'm bringing in a lot of stuff and just trying to make sure I get it all done. And because I wanted to then go in and put in videos that I wanted to pre-film since we're moving next week, and also mark when I wanted to edit certain things, I'm highlighting the videos that are going up that day in gray to separate them. Then I decided to turn the far left column into a place to mark like the most important task of that column or of that category. And so I decided to letter that. And for me and my social media, the top priority is to film ahead. I want to have lots of videos uploaded because when we get to the apartment, the first few days of next week will be crunch time with packing. We'll have to wrap up anything we don't get done this week. And then the few days after that, we will be settling in. And yeah, most of my planning stuff is already in like boxes and drawers, so it's just about moving them, and then once I get there they'll be pretty usable. I'm not putting them and mixing them into like packing boxes for the most part, but just in case things get moved around, I want to not need to film as much next week or the week after next week. Then for my personal tasks, the most important thing I have to do is pack the apartment. I have to pack because I don't want to do it like last minute. I don't want to spend 12 hours packing because I haven't packed like a little each day. For school, my most important task is to figure out my billing. And so there's an email I need to send to the people that deal with billing and financial aid because I need to know how I can pay. Because I won't have all the money up front. At least I don't think I will. Apparently, my family has taken out some loans for my sister's college, and they might not need all of the money this semester, so I may or may not have the money. I don't know exactly what's going on. I thought I would take out the loans under my name through my school, but I think that they've done some weird loans, so I don't know exactly how that's going to work. But regardless, I need to get some questions answered from my school. Then I need to actually really seriously do the paperwork and stuff I need to do to prep to apply to be a substitute because we're moving and I want to be able to do the interviews and the fingerprinting work and everything that I need to do as soon as I get there, like as soon as possible. Because sometimes it can take a couple of weeks to get an appointment, like an interview, and classes are going to be starting, and I want to just get my way in there. I want to start accepting jobs. I need to get through training, things like that. Now I'm putting in some extra videos that I want to film. That includes the plan with me for next week, which I want to do a little earlier than usual, and a video that I want to do like next Friday's video. And I'm marking when I want to edit certain videos, all that kind of stuff. And I really like how this ends up coming out. Not having the color code makes it much easier to look at, and it makes it much easier for me to feel like I want to go back and look at this and actually use it. The color code was a fun idea, but like I said, not sustainable. Now, my next big personal task is that the Reading Rush readathon is starting, and with it, like 5 more prompts for my Book Junkie Trials readathon, and it's going to take everything I have and every ounce of discipline I have in my being to get through this readathon and actually complete it. So I start on Monday with 2 graphic novels that I want to read on Monday. I want to finish both of them because one of them doesn't have to do with the Book Junkie Trials. It's just a Reading Rush book, and the other has to be read in one place, and I just want to get both of those out of the way. Then I want to start packing the bathroom on Monday. It's a lot of stuff, but we'll see. On Tuesday, I need to move on to Shadow and Bone, and I need to read most of that. I've divided my reading by pages, so I basically have to read about 266 pages a day, which for me is like 5 hours, 5 or 6 hours. I read at like an average rate of 50 pages an hour, I think. and it's a little slow. Well, I don't know if it's a little slow. It's slower than I'd like it to be with this kind of thing. But I also read faster if it's a good book, so hopefully I've picked some good books. I want to finish Shadow and Bone by Wednesday so that I can start The Girl Who Drank the Moon. And the numbers next to each of those books are the amount of pages I need to read into that book. So then, what is this, Thursday? I need to finish The Girl Who Drank the Moon and start reading One Day in December. And I actually don't need to get too far in One Day in December, so I'm going to continue it on Friday and actually not finish it until Saturday, I believe. And then Saturday, I need to start the Fellowship of the Ring, which I will finish by Sunday. And then I need to watch the movie for the Fellowship of the Ring on Sunday as well. Which is going to be hard now that I think about it, because that's a long movie and the book is long. But one of the prompts is to read a book and then watch the movie that it got turned into, and I picked the Fellowship of the Ring. I don't know. It's because it's for the Book Junkie Trials prompt that says a book that intimidates you. So yeah. Then I have one audiobook, and it doesn't get released on Scribd until Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? No, Wednesday. And if I want to read that, I need to listen to an hour and a half of it every day, which I hope to do while I pack. Like, the audiobook is for me to pack and listen to the audiobook at the same time. That's like 2 to-dos in one go, you know? That's what I want to do, and I think I can do it. Maybe. We'll see. Oh, and then I'm going back in to kind of map out how I want to pack. So Monday and Tuesday are focused on the bathroom. And that's not like everything. Like, our toothbrushes and toothpastes and vitamins and stuff won't get packed until the very end. But whatever I can pack and to clean up the bathroom, I want to get that done. Then I'm going to move on to the bedroom. And like, most of our clothes can be packed. Different like extra bed sheets can be packed. I have a lot of boxes in storage there that I need to either sort or just pack again. Like, the boxes are falling apart. I need to reinforce them and get those done. Now I have to move on to the moving tasks that I need to get done. And so I changed that category to school and other because there were some personal tasks that I just needed more space for. And so I'm adding things that I need to get done for the apartment, which involves scheduling when we're going to arrive on move-in day with my boyfriend and his dad who's helping us move, and then notifying the people at the apartment complex when we'll be there so that they can know to give us the keys and orientation. Then we need to contact the Spectrum people because we have an account with them, but we need to move it and make sure that they know that the apartment is paying for our internet now. I also need to call the National Grid to get the power put into our name. So many things. I need to go to the post office and put in a change of address. And I need to make sure that my boyfriend and I have a money transfer app that will work for both of our banks because they need checks. And right now, my boyfriend is the only one who owns checks. And the way it's looking now, I will need to transfer my half of the rent into his account every month. That's the idea. There's a lot. And because there's so much, I went in with the like pinkish magenta color to highlight the tasks in my personal section that are most important that I get done, like the ones I want to focus on or the ones that are an important check-in, like remember to be here by this day at least, that kind of thing. Then I'm putting in a couple more things for the to-go section. I want to mail the Father's Day card on Friday because I'll also be at the post office to deal with address change stuff. And then Saturday we go grocery shopping. Yeah. Oh my god, that was so much. Okay. And Oh, and then at some point I distributed the substitute work tasks. So for example, Thursday and Friday I'll be working on the paperwork. There's a lot of paperwork and I have a lot of other stuff to do, so I divided that into 2 days. Wednesday I want to call and make the necessary appointments. Also on To Go, I'm putting time things that aren't places. So I'm a patron of Planning with Kay, and I'm marking down when her live streams are. They, not because I have to go anywhere, but just so I know at this time, if possible, I like to be sitting, near a computer or with my cell phone so that I can watch those live streams. And because it's timed, I count that as the To Go. Like I have To Go and be by my computer at this time. And so this is my bullet journal, and I'm basically transferring the most important things of every day into the weekly section. And sometimes it's a general summary, sometimes it's the actual tasks. If a particular day doesn't have a lot of individual tasks, I'm actually just putting all of them in here. But for example, on Wednesday, I think, or maybe Tuesday, I write sub appointments, and that's composed of 2 things. That's the appointment for the interview and the appointment for fingerprinting and background checking. And so that division will be something that gets put in my daily section, but for the weekly section, I just need to know that on this day I want to work on those things. Things that get priority in the weekly section are my videos that need to go up, places I need to go, so the planetarium appointment, as well as the Planning with Kay live streams, timed things, and like scheduled events, which my YouTube video launches are like scheduled events for me. I need to know to do them on certain days. Those get priority in where they go in the weekly section, and then important tasks thereafter get filled in with the rest of the space. And if they don't make it to the weekly section, that's when I will be looking at my Erin Condren to see what my task list needs to actually be in my bullet journal for a daily. I will cross-reference both, depending on how much I need to break down the tasks that I have listed in my weekly section. And now I'm going in and I'm highlighting the important tasks or the important events in every particular day with this marker that just kind of matches the color scheme I have going on. And this setup right now is really meant to mimic the Hobonichi weeks. So I have just a little section every day for a few important things, like my Hobonichi weeks used to work. And then on the right hand side, I have a section just for some habits and a just running task list for the week. And yeah, I'm just filling stuff in, and I'm filling it in quite quickly, so I'm not narrating every individual thing that I'm filling out. I also can't read it right now because I don't have my bullet journal near me, but these things are getting filled in, and I go back and I'm highlighting the last half of the week with some of the important check-ins or to-dos. One thing I noticed is that one of these, I think the August bullet journal setup video for Friday, I tried to write with the Simply Gilded subscription box pens, and that actually started to bleed through on the other side. So right now I'm using a Pen Gems pen, and it's just a regular ballpoint pen, but the Simply Gilded pens bleed through on this Lightroom paper. So that's one thing to note. I stopped using that pen. And then I'm just filling in my general this week section, pulling some stuff over from the Erin Condren Teacher Planner, and also lettering some of my big to-dos, which are to film ahead again. I want to get that in here so that I can see it regularly, and then to pack all the things, I think is what I wrote. Yeah. And now I'm finishing up the habit tracker section. I divided it into 4. There are 4 habits I'm tracking next month. I've actually already set that up, and so I tried to put in as many of those as I could for this section. And so that includes showering, packing, reading, and what else? Oh, whether I wake up early. And then I highlighted every other day to just make it obvious where the days were divided so that I could mark everything off as I did it more easily. So this is how my bullet journal turned out, and we saw my Erin Condren teacher planner. That's what I will be working with this week, and I will see you next time. Bye!